Game number 2, the 5-3 Black Stallions, captained by Dennis Dweck, taking on the 3-5 Green Lanterns, captained by Joey Dan. As we're getting ready to get this game started, both teams dapping it up prior to game time. Joe Sutton in his second game as a Lantern. Week 1 proved to be a difference maker. And the opening tip is taken by the Lanterns, and Max Seton gives to Joey Dan. Dan in traffic throws it into the hands of Little Dennis. Little Dennis gets it back after it goes off the foot of his teammate. Now Big D gives to Gorgian. Gorgian to Little Dennis. Little Dennis drives baseline, has it poked out of his hands. Here's Seton. Seton swings to Haddad for 3. Book it! And Michael Haddad drills a 3 for the first score of this game. Cohen gives to Sefi. Sefi back to Gorgian. Gorgian finds Cohen. Cohen gives to Little Dennis. To Big Dennis. All the way to the hoop. Off the glass. No good. Rebounded by the Lantern. Seton throws it up ahead to Sutton for 3. No good. Too strong. Rebounded by Little Dennis, and he is poked in the eye. Inadvertently, but it's a foul nonetheless. And Sammy Shaman's going to check into this game as Little Dennis has to adjust his contact lens. Here's Shama. Gets it into Gorgian. Gorgian swings to Shama. Shama gives up top to Big Dennis. Finds Gorgian. Thought about a long 3. Gives back to Dennis. Dennis hands it off to Gorgian. Gorgian picked up by Davide. Gives to Sefi. Sefi up top to Gorgian. Back to Sefi. Stifling defense by the Green Lanterns. Gorgian finds Sefi straight away 3, and it's good. Knocking up that 3. Here's Dan. Dan throws down low to Davide. Davide spins, fades, puts it up. No good. Rebounded by Dennis. Up ahead to Sefi. Shama gives to Cohen. Cohen. And Dennis gives to Gorgian for 3. No good, but chased down by Shama. Gives to Dennis. Dennis down low to Gorgian, and is knocked out of his hands. And Joe Sutton puts on a burst, and he's swatted from behind. And Haddad comes up with it. Dan finds Davide for 3. No good. And it goes out of bounds. And it's headed the other way. Cohen gives it off to Shama. Shama lets it fly, no good. Rebounded by Seton. Seton swings to Sutton. Controlling the pace. Picked up by Gorgian. Gives to Seton. Wide open for 2. Too strong. Rebounded by Gorgian. Gorgian gives to Cohen. Cohen to Dennis. 2-pointer, no good. Rebounded by the Green Lanterns. Low-scoring affair to start. Still tied up at 3. Now Dan backs it out to Seton. Bounce pass down low to Davide. Finds Seton. Seton gives it out to Davide. Davide looking for Dan, finds it. Dan, long 3, too short. And rebounded by Cohen. Cohen loses it, and here's Sutton. 1 to beat. Defense catches up. Davide gives to Seton. Sutton dribbles to the left, hands to Sutton. Sutton steps into a 2, and it's pure. Now Cohen throws it down to Dennis. Dennis gives to Seffi. Back down to Dennis, and he's fouled from behind. Joe Sutton, overzealous on the double team, commits the foul. It's going to be a side out. Now Dennis goes to work on Davide. Puts up a 2, fouled, and he heads to the line for 2. Dennis Dweck at the line. His first of 2. Free throw up is good. Second free throw is good, and we're knotted up at 5. Dan. Run shaking Seffi, finds Sutton on the bounce pass. Sutton doesn't take the open shot. Davide with a hand in his face. Off the window and in. Under 18 minutes to play in the half, and the Green Lanterns take a 2-point lead. Dennis throws up top to Gorgian. Gorgian crossover in the lane, puts it up, no good. Rebounded by the Lanterns. They're running. Joe Sutton in the lane. Has deflected, diving for the ball, and a foul is called on Davide on the loose ball. Shama gets it into Seffi. Screen set by Dennis. Seffi all the way to the hoop, up and in. Game tied up at 7. 17 minutes to play in the half. Sutton gives to Dan. Dan picked up by Shama. Swings to Sutton. Sutton gets into the lane. Had it down low. Couldn't handle the pass. And it's headed back to the Stallions. Little Dennis back in this game. Fadeaway jumper, no good from Seffi. Joe Sutton steps into a 3, no good. Rebounded by Dennis. Dennis runs the floor. Finds Gorgian. Gorgian back to Dennis for an open 2, and it's good. Fresh off his championship as a coach for the MDY JV, puts up a 2, no good. Dennis running the floor. Gives to Gorgian, picked up by Max Sutton. Gorgian all the way to the hoop, up and in. Gets the roll. To Sutton, steps into a long 3 and it's short. Rebounded by Shama. Dennis, top of the key. Gives to Little Dennis for 3. No good. Rebounded by Shama. Backs it out to Gorgian. Deeks his defender for 3. Good. Jonah Gorgian doubling up the score. It's 14-7 with 15 minutes to play. Dan gives to Davide for 2. No good. Rebounded by Seffi. Foul from behind. rebound. Gets to Sefi. Sefi has it taken away by Sutton. Save to Haddad. Haddad throws up ahead to Dan. Dan all the way to the hoop, off the glass, no good. Dan almost chased it down, rebounded by the Stallions. Shama bounce pass down low to Sefi, finds some space, no good, rebounded by Seton. Gives to Sutton. Sutton stops, bounce pass to Dan, sends Dweck flying, throws it up top, gives Davide in the corner. Davide gives to Seton for two, no good. Rebounded by the Black Stallions. Now Sefi, the extra pass to Gorgian for three, and it's too strong. And he shovels it off to Dan. Dan swings to the corner to Sutton, gets an angle, deflected by Little Dennis. Throws it up ahead to Sammy Shama for the lay-in, and it's 16 to 7. 13 minutes to play in the half. Dan gives to Seton. Seton finds Davide out to Sutton for three. No good. Too strong. And a sea of black jerseys come down with the rebound. Now Dennis. Picked up by Sutton. Gives to Little Dennis, back to Dennis. And Joe Sutton bullies Little Dennis out of the way. And here's a nice find down low for the put-in for the Lanterns. Sefi finds Little Dennis. Little Dennis through traffic. Stops. Gives it back to Shama. Shama backs it out to Dennis. Dweck gives to Gorgian. Joe Sutton pokes out of the hands of Jonah Gorgian. It's going to be a side out. Sefi throws it down to Dennis. To Sefi, swings, Shama. Up top, Gorgian three, bang! Great ball movement for the Black Stallions, and they take a 10-point lead. Dan, hesitation, gives it back to Seton for two, and he gets a piece, and he throws it up ahead of the pack, and Little Dennis, no good, and Joe Sutton with the rebound. Sutton stops, puts up a three, no good. Seton with the board. Swings up top to Dan. Dan kicks it out to Haddad, finds Sutton. Sutton in the lane. Davide feeds to Seton off the glass, no good. Max Seton off the mark here in the first half, proving to be the difference right now. And Little Dennis puts up a three, and it's pure. 22-9, the largest lead of the night for the Stallions, and the Lanterns call for time. Back out of that timeout. Dan feeds down low to Davide. Davide gives it out to Haddad. Haddad back out to Davide. Good defense right now from the Stallions. And Dan sends Sefi off his feet, puts it up, and good. Joey Dan with a big three, pulls him within 10. Now Sefi gives to Shama. Shama gives it up top to Dennis. Shovels to Gorgian. Gorgian takes the screen, finds an open Shama for three, and it's no good. But Gorgian there in the corner for the rebound. Long three, little Dennis is good. Little Dennis with an answer. Now Sutton gives to Haddon. Finds Dan. Dan, top of the key. Guarded by Sefi. Back to Dan. Gives to Davide. Davide finds Seton. Seton the leaner. And he saves it into the hands of Gorgian. Gorgian throws it up top to Dennis, to the corner. Shama. Passed up the open look. Long three. Little Dennis, no good. Rebounded by Shama. And it's headed the other way. Last touch by Shama. 25-12. It's been all Stallions. Seton gives to Dan. Dan, open look for two, no good. Rebounded by the Stallions. Here's Dennis. Here's Gorgian. Gorgian, three-pointer. Good! My name is Jonas. For three from straight away. 28-12. Now Sutton for the answer. No good. Too strong. Rebounded by Davide. Foul and one. Get knocked in the face. Hits the deck. Puts it up and in. And Davide heads to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play. Free throw is good. It's 28-15. Cohen feeds Dennis. Dennis drives baseline, kicks it out to Gorgian. Picked up by Dan. Fights through a screen, puts up a three. No good on the bank. Rebounded by the Stallions. Little Dennis comes up with it. Shovels it out to Big Dennis. Finds Cohen. Back to Dennis. Puts up the two and he rattles it home. 30-15. Sutton gives Davide under 6 minutes to play in the half. Sammy Shama playing stifling defense. Going to be a side out. Sutton gives to Haddon. Haddon for two. No good. Rebounded by Shama. Gets it out to Cohen. Cohen shovels it off to Dennis to the corner to Gorgian. Back down low. And Sammy Shama puts it up and in. Passing that rock, leading to a bucket. And there is 5 minutes to play. Joe Sutton for three, too strong. Tapped out into the hands of Sutton for two. Puts it in. Under 5 minutes to play in the half. Dennis gives to Gorgian. Gorgian changes course, backs it up for three. No good. Rebounded by Dan. And he's fouled. Davide. Drives baseline. Gives to Haddad for three. Rattles out. Rebounded by Haddad. Puts it back up for two. No good. Rebounded by Gorgian. Dennis gives to Shama. Back to Dennis. Download a little Dennis. And they reset it up top to Dennis Dweck. Finds little Dennis down low. No good on the put-in. Rebounded by Max Seton. Seton driving the floor. Finds Davide. Davide kicks it out. Extra feet to Dan. Down low to Seton. Swings it out to Sutton. Sutton drives a lane. Puts it up. No good. Rebounded by the Stallions. Nothing is falling for the Lanterns at this point. Now Dennis gives the little Dennis back to Dennis. 3 minutes to play in the half, and Dennis puts it up. No good. Rebounded by Sutton. Sutton running the floor. Waiting for his team to arrive. Nothing there. Beautiful feed from Dan's Davide. Puts it up and in. 32-19, 2:45 remains. Cohen straight away. Gives to Gorgian. Screen set, backs it out to Shama, swings to Cohen. Wide open three. No good. And Dennis rebounds it over Davide. Bounce pass to Gorgian. Gives to Dennis. It looks like Davide got hit where it counts, and he's on the floor right now, writhing in pain. Gentlemen, that hurts. Gorgian to inbound. Gets to Dennis. Back to Gorgian. Gorgian in the paint. Lets it fly. No good. Rebounded by Sutton. Sutton knifes through the defense. Puts it up. No good. Rebounded by Dennis. Bounce pass to Gorgian. Finds Shama to the corner to Cohen. Cohen backs it out. Dennis puts up the two. No good. And Seton chases down the rebound. Minute 40 to play. It's Dan. Dan is fouled. Minute 24 remaining in the half. Seton hits Dan. Dan. What a play by Max Seton. Catches the miss, puts it back up and in. Cuts it to a 11-point game. Here's Seffi. Spins out of traffic, backs it out to Dennis. Gives back to Seffi. Seffi has it stripped from behind. Here's Joey Dan. Joey Dan knifes through traffic. No good. Rebounded by Dennis. Under a minute to play. Seffi stops. Bounce pass to Dennis. Kicks it out to Gorgian. Gorgian finds Cohen. And they're going to hold for one and ensure at least an 11-point lead. 10 seconds to the half. Here's Dennis. Screen set. Dennis puts it up for two. No good. Rebounded by Diane. Half-court shot. No good at the buzzer. Yo, he's got me late. And Joey Dan contesting. He was fouled, but no call. And it's 32-21 at the half. Stallions in control. Second half underway. Little Dennis, under 20 minutes to play in regulation. Beautiful cut, fine, fouled, heads to the line for two. Low scoring affair. 33-21. And he hits the pair, 34-21. Dan trying to shake Cohen. Dribbles around the screen, throws it down low to Davide, kicks it out to Sutton. Sutton finally has on a team jersey. Gives back to Sutton for three, no good. Throws it down low to Little Dennis for the easy put in. Now Sutton gives to Dan for three, and he rattles it home. 12-point game. Georgian gives to Dennis. Dennis, top of the key, gives to Sethi for three, no good. Rebounded by Sutton. Go, Mike! Throws it up ahead to Dan, back to Sutton. Left all one for three, no good on the bank. And Sutton there to just pick that ball out of the air. Gives to Dan, all the way to the hoop, up and in. Down to a 10-point game. Cohen gives to Sethi. Bounce pass down low to Dennis. Backing down two defenders, up, no good. Gets his own miss, taken out of his hands. Joe Sutton, one to beat. Off the glass, he's fouled, and he heads to the line for two. He can pull this game within single digits at the line. First free throw up is no good. Missed the pair. Stallion leads still at 10. Throws down low to Dennis. Swings to Cohen. Extra feed to Sethi. Drives to the hoop. Has it batted into the hands of Dennis. Puts up the three. Too strong. Rebounded by Sutton. Has it poked loose. And a foul is called on the Black Stallions.
Hey, Dennis, I heard your hand off, Dennis. Dennis, hand off, come here.
Now Sutton gives it back to Dan. Jitterbug spins around the defender, up and in. Joey Dan taking Dennis to school. 36-28. And then Ralph Cohn with the spin, up and in. Lead back to 10. Now Dan probes, throws down low to Davide. Kicks it out to Sutton. Long three. Book it! Joe Sutton pulls it to a 7-point game. Just over 15 minutes to play. To Georgian. Georgian, sidestep left to the corner. Gets to Dennis. Swings to Little Dennis. Back to Little Dennis. Down low to Gorgian. And a bounce past it. Errant pass headed back to the Lanterns. And the Black Stallions call timeout. Back out of that timeout. Here's Sutton. 7-point game. Gives to Dan. Dan all the way to the hoop, off the glass. He's fouled. And he heads to the line for 2. Green Lanterns inching closer. It's been a wire-to-wire lead for the Stallions. Dan's first free throw is short. Another missed free throw for the Green Lanterns. Under 14 minutes to play in regulation. 6-point game. Sessi gets to Shama. Finds Dennis. Picked up by Davide. Gets it out to Little Dennis. Shot clock under 10. Gets to Dennis and he's fouled. On the pass, going to be a side out with 7 seconds on the shot clock. There's a backcourt violation whistled against Ralph Cohen, and they turn it over. Under 13 minutes to play, Green Lanterns down by 6. Dan throws to the center logo. Pulls up for 3 and it's short. And it's rebounded on the carom by Little Dennis. He slows it up, throws to the corner to Cohen. Cohen finds Dennis. Dennis up top to Gorgian. Gorgian, long 3, no good. Rebounded by Dennis. Throws it up top to Cohen, finds it cutting Shama. Back out to Little Dennis for 3, no good. Another rebound from Cohen. Little Dennis finds Gorgian down low. Swings to the corner, Shama 3, corner, no good. And a kick ball is called. And it's headed to the Lanterns. It's a lucky break for the Lanterns, getting the ball back in that scrimmage. Now Sutton swings, Sutton, 2-pointer. It's good. They needed that one from Sutton. It's a 4-point game. Now that ball is stripped out of the hands and taken back. And the timeout was called by Ralph Cohen. It's a 4-point game. Back out of that timeout. Shot clock at 10. Gives to Cohen. Cohen, top of the key, throws down low to Dennis. Shot clock under 5. Fadeaway, no good. Last touch.
2 seconds. Go that way. 2 seconds.
Stallion ball, 2 seconds on the shot clock. Cohen gets it in. Fadeaway jumper, no good. It's a shot clock violation. 4-point game. Lanterns ball. Throws it up ahead to Sutton. Sutton gives to Dan. Backs it out to Sutton for 2. Pure. 2-point game. Max Sutton staying with it through his shooting woes has awoken here in the second half. 2-point game. 10 minutes, 20 seconds remain in regulation. Gorgian gets to Little Dennis for 3. No good. Rebounded by the Lanterns. They could tie or take the lead. Here's Dan. Dan dribbling out of have his own teammate playing defense. Gives it to Seton for three. No good. Chased down by the Stallions. Here's Cohen. All the way in the back. Swatted from behind. Max Seton with the rejection. Emphatic rejection. Now Dennis. Here's the Gorgian. Gorgian picked up by Seton. Fights through a screen. Puts it up. No good. Tipping is good by little Dennis. And their lead is back to 4. Here's Sutton. Feeds Davide. Back out to Sutton. Open 3 straight away. No good. Dennis with the rebound. Pulls up for 2 when he puts it in. And their lead back to 6. Here's Sutton. Sidestep 2, no good. Rebounded by Gorgian. Gives to Dennis, back to Dennis. Up top to Ralph. Finds the trailing Dennis for 2, no good. And Sammy Shama muscles a rebound. Backs it out to little Dennis. Throws it in a corner. Shama for 2, no good. Rebounded by Dennis. Stumbles, regains control. Gives to Davide. Finds Seton. Throws down low to Davide. Bumping bodies, loses it. Shot clock under 10. Finds a cutting Sutton. High off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Dennis. Here's Gorgian. Under 8 minutes to play. To the corner. Finds Dennis. And Joe Sutton swats the ball out of the hands of Dennis. Referee claiming. And he overrules the David Wells referee and sends it back to the Lanterns. Now Dan. Step back 3. In and out. Rebounded by Dennis. Throws it up ahead to little Dennis. Finds a trailing Shama. Backs it out to big Dennis. Gives to little Dennis. Top of the key to Gorgian. Shot clock at 7. Gorgian feeds Dennis for 2. High off the glass, no good. And a foul is called on the Lanterns. Throws to Gorgian. And they turn it over. Foul committed by Ralph Cohen. Now Dan under 6 minutes to play. Gives to Seton. Finds Sutton. Sutton bounce past Davide. Gets position. And a timeout is called by the Lanterns. Oh, ball's headed the other way.
What do you want? Get back, get back. No, stop it. Stop. Jody, get at the top of the 87. 87.
Left on the mat. Left, come here. Go.
Gorgian behind the back dribble. Reverse, no good. Rebounded by Sutton. Throws it up ahead to Sutton. Sutton one to beat. Puts it up off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Dennis. It's Gorgian. Gorgian swings to little Dennis to the corner. Cohen for three. No good. Rebounded by Davide. Under 5 minutes to play. Dayan reverses course. Spins out of the defender. Picked right back up by Cohen. Setting for two. No good, in and out. Dennis clearing the offense. Throws it out to Gorgian. Up top to Cohen. Back to Gorgian. Gorgian finds Shama, puts it up and in. 44-36. Their lead is back to 8. Under 4 minutes to play. Sutton swings to Setton for two. No good. Another miss from Max Setton. Having an off night. Shooting tonight. And Sammy Shama wide open for three is short. Tapped up and grabbed by Sutton. Sutton one to beat. Finds Dayan. Foul is called and he heads to the line for two. 3 minutes, 34 seconds to play. Dan missed another free throw. Free throws are killing the Lanterns. And he splits the pair. Stallions, 7-point lead with the ball. Dennis puts up a two and he knocks it down. Lead up to 9. Just over 3 minutes to play. Davide down low. Setting for two off the glass is good. Lanterns need some stops. Dennis kicks it out to Gorgian. 2 minutes, 35 seconds to play, all the way to the hoop, up and in. 48-39. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to play. Now Dan gives Davide back to Dan. On the run for three, no good. Tapped out and grabbed by Davide. Davide off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Dennis. Under 2 minutes to play. And that does not bode well for the Lanterns. As Dennis will be milking as much clock as he can. Minute 50 remaining. Shot clock under 10. Dennis swings to Shama, throws down low for the easy put-in for little Dennis, and their lead up to 11. And that just feels like the end for the Lanterns. Now Setton gives it to Dayan, and a foul is called. Minute 29 to play. Joey Dayan. And they get it to Davide for three, and he knocks it down. 50-42. That was the last touch by the Lanterns. Gets it into Little Dennis. Out to Big Dennis. And he's fouled hard. Now Cohen to inbound once again. Gets it back court. Another foul is committed. Minute 2 to play. Cohen to inbound once again. Gets it back court to Dennis. Davide on the floor. Dennis for 2. No good, but he heads to the line for 2 as he's bailed out on a foul by Mike Haddon. Free throw, no good. Second free throw is good. Lead up to 9. Setting, finds Sutton for the easy layup. 51-44. And Gorgian. Davide whistled for the blocking foul. Gorgian with 2 big important free throws upcoming. First free throw is good. And he hits the pair. Lead back to 9. Setting gets him to Dan. Dan. The feverish pace. Puts up a 3 and he's fouled. And he heads to the line for 3 free throws. Keeping the Lanterns in this one. If he could execute with 53-47. Those missed free throws earlier this game are looming extra large right now. Dan, first free throw is good. Second free throw is good. Dan looking to make it a 6-point game. And he does. Timeout is called by the Lanterns. Final 41.6 to go. Oh, and they turn it over. Dan, sidestep 3. No good. Rebounded by the Lanterns. Davide backs it out. Throws to Sutton for 3. Bang! 3-point game.
What's the back?
And there's the foul. Lanterns making this a ball game. The clutch steal and then big 3. And it's 53-50. And I know I said it before, but oh, those missed free throws looming large. Free throw is good. Little Dennis Second one up, no good. Rebounded by Haddad, gets it to Dayan. Dayan blows right by Dennis, puts it up and in. 2-point game. Gorgian fouled and he heads to the line with 17.6 to play. Showing a Gorgian must hit a pair to make it a 2-possession game. Big first free throw. Gorgian puts it up and in. 17.6 on the clock. Stallions with a 3-point lead. Gorgian looking to make it a 2-possession game. Second free throw, short, rebounded by Davide, gets to Seton. And they call time with 14.4 to go. And they're gonna have an opportunity to tie this up. Let's see what they concocted out of that timeout. Plenty of time to get a clean look. 14.4 on the game clock. These Green Lanterns have been down from wire to wire, looking for a miraculous game-tying 3 in the final seconds here of regulation. Gets it in. Dan in the corner. Gets him to Seton. Back to Dan. Dan finds Haddad. Gets to Dan. 5 seconds to go. To the corner. Seton sends him flying for 3. Bang! Tied at 55. And we're headed to overtime. Wow. Here in overtime, we have our tip with 3 minutes to play on the clock. Tied at 55. Green Lanterns win the tip. Dan for 3, no good. Chased down by Haddad. Shovels it to Davide. Gives to Seton. Seton to Sutton for 3, no good, too strong. Rebounded by Dennis and a foul is called. Dennis heads to the line to break the 55-all tie. First free throw, no good. Second is good. 1-point lead for the Stallions. Here's Sutton. Sutton all the way to the hoop, up, no good. Rebounded by Cohen. Cohen gets it into little Dennis, finds Seffi. Seffi picked up by Davide, throws it down low to little Dennis, back out to Seffi. Seffi puts it up, no good, and rebound grab by Dayan. 2 minutes to play. Gives to Sutton. Sutton swings to Davide for 3, no good. Rebounded by Seton, and he's bumped from behind. Foul is called. The minute 52 to go in overtime. Max Seton heads to the line, can give the Lanterns a lead. First free throw up, no good. The missed free throws continuing to be a bugaboo for the Lanterns. Gives to Gorgian. Gorgian smothered by 2 Lanterns. Throws it out to Seffi. Seffi for 2, no good, short. Rebounded, scrimmage for the ball. It's a jump ball. And Ralph Cohen to inbound. Wide open underneath. Cohen puts it up and in. And it's a 3-point lead for the Stallions. Here's Dan. Just over a minute to play in overtime. Dan stumbles, gets to have it, and he turns it over. Crucial possession. The Lanterns give it up. And now here's Cohen. A minute to play. Stallions looking to try and put away the Lanterns. They've been a pest all night. 50 seconds to play. 42 seconds to play. Dennis kicks it out. Gets to Cohen in the corner for three. No good. Rebounded by Dennis. Finds Cohen. 29 seconds to go in overtime. Stallions with the ball and a 3-point lead. Here's Cohen. Gets it out to Seffi. Seffi finds little Dennis. 18 seconds to go. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Cohen gets to Dennis. Dennis stops. And he's whistled for a travel with 5.9 to go. The Green Lanterns will have another opportunity to send this game into double overtime. 5.9 seconds remaining. Lanterns advance the ball. Looking to send this game into double overtime. They get it to Davide, and he's fouled right away. And Davide heads to the line for two. Davide's first attempt is good. 2-point game. 58-56. Does he try and miss intentionally with 4.9 remaining? I guess not. Knocks down the second. And it's a 1-point game. 4.9 remaining. Stallions with the ball, up by a point in overtime. Cohen to inbound. Throws to Dennis, and little Dennis is fouled with 3.3. This will ensure the Lanterns at least an opportunity to tie with a prayer if he knocks down the free throws. Big free throws upcoming from little Dennis. First free throw is good. 59-57. Second free throw is good. 3-point lead, 3.3 to go. Gets it into Sutton. Sutton lets it fly. And a foul is called with 1.9 remaining on the clock. And Joe Sutton heads to the line. May have to miss the second intentionally after he knocks down the first. Another exciting finish here down down the stretch in week 9 of TNL. First free throw is good. Now Joe Sutton has a decision to make. With 1.9 to go. And Joe Sutton is called for a violation, trying to deke the free throw. Does it, barring a miracle. With 1.5 remaining, Gorgian has to knock down 2 free throws to ice this game. Gorgian needs to hit 2 to ice this game here in overtime. First free throw is good. Second free throw is good, and that does it. Knocks down the 3. Although it didn't make a difference just for the point spread, but it's 62-61 final.